This is us cutting a hole in the ceiling. We're going to put in a bigger loft hatch. We had to move the light switch there. We moved the light switch and the electrics that support it, and put in the new loft ladder. Loft ladder was under 200 quid. It's from like B&Q, nothing spectacular, but it does the trick. We've got the old gravity fed system that's in the loft. I just noticed the typo in there, so don't point that out in the comments. Of course, it's gravity fed. We need to cut out that old tank. We get rid of the old tank, the old boiler, and we put in a new combi system. It was about 2,200, including parts and labour. We had to get electrics put up into the loft ready for.
Put you back into it, Daz.
For the plumbers to do their thing. Roped in the father-in-law here to help lay the floor, as I had no idea what I was doing. So he pointed me in the right direction and showed me how to lay this properly to avoid damaging the ceilings underneath. Lucky enough, my brother's a roofer, so I roped him into giving us a hand with the Velux. And he's just outside on the other side of the window. And it's the first time I see the view from up here, so that's pretty awesome. So that's the Velux all done and dusted. So that was done in about half a day. So that was relatively painless. Just to get a ladder up on the outside, and my brother worked his magic, and that was that really.
She is a winner.
So we put the insulation in, and man, even though we got the plastic protected stuff, I mean, this fiberglass stuff gets everywhere. So this is the first time I worked with it, and it was a pain. So as soon as we put it in, we put the plasterboard on behind it.
The hatches as well. We can do
on the bottom layer there, on the first sort of corner.
We'll need
we
the hatches
put,
done.
MDF 10mm sheets up to protect it. And then put the plasterboard on top. So there's just a shot of the 10mm MDF sheets that we used. So that strengthened everything before we put the plasterboard on. Otherwise, it would have all just fallen apart. The floor's all finished. Electric's been installed, and the new strip light as well is also there. So yeah, this room is going to be used as like a storage and computer room. It was decided to do it for a cheap project, nothing expensive. We were thinking about getting rid of the modern trusses inside there, but actually it would have been so expensive to do it, and it would have required planning permission and all sorts of things before we could do it. So decided to work around the posts, just keep the project cheap. And yeah, just use it as a cheap storage, cheap computer room, nothing too fancy. So this is with all the plasterboard now complete. Behind the plasterboard on the connecting sides, we chose to use soundproofing plasterboard and soundproofing insulation to keep the neighbours happy. I installed the handrails myself. There's a bit of a bodge. But it does the job it's supposed to. It's solid. It's
got
steady,
it open it up.
And it stops any accidents, people falling down the hole and so.
Leg.
There's the missus just pulling it down and getting dust in her eyes.
Oh, baby. Careful.
Plaster has been. This is relatively cheap. He'd just done it in a day. I mean, less than a day as well. He was really quick. Just come in. He said he didn't want to do it again because of how awkward the space was to work in. But hey, He's happy. I used one coat paint because I thought I'm going to have to paint this, and I thought there's no way I'm going around this room twice. So I just got an expensive paint, just a Dulux one coat paint, and that worked out really well. Just on once, job done, walk away from that job. Doesn't look quite finished, so doesn't look quite finished. So I decided to go back and repaint all of the supporting posts and the hatch covers and all the trusses. And it's also time to get rid of all the debris and get rid of all the rubbish. The hatches work really well. They're just cut out and the doors just drop into that space. Carpet was done. The carpet fitter done a fantastic job. It was an awkward space to work in. He cut around the posts, the supporting posts, and I can't even see where the joins are. I mean, it's a really good job. He sprayed lacquer underneath the carpet as well, so the carpet sticks to the floor. You can see where I put the computer desk in and cut around the modern trusses. I can't even explain that when I slide up to the desk in the computer chair, I can just use the computer completely. I don't know that the trusses are there. It's just gone. I don't know it's those at all. So it was a cheap project, all done for under £5,000, including the cost to replace the boiler. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much.